In the name of Harry, my brother Harry, in the name of Jasmine, in the name of Renzo, in the name of Danielle, welcome to the 5 year anniversary episode, motherfuckers. It's just cola. Which cola? I can't tell you. Welcome to Lowe's Lounge, available on your favorite podcast. You can tune in wherever you hear podcasts. That includes iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, this podcast, that podcast, your father's podcast. Google it. It's a Google search. It's because it takes 2 seconds. And please hit follow, subscribe on the YouTube channel, and make sure you turn that notification on. Oh my God, 5 years ago. So let me just tell you two really quick before we begin. Actually, before I begin, please welcome my co-host, Renzo Del Castillo, who I don't know if you saw the advert today. Who am I? The advert, right? Yo, free Wendy Williams. We're gonna get to that. But I called you the Peruvian poetic prince.
I love the alliteration. The
I
consonants and alliteration right there. Amazing. I'll take it.
was trying to
Triple
work the
P.
word penis in there somehow, but I didn't.
We
It's
are
still being like the test group is still out on that, I think, right?
All right, cool. Renzo, author of Still. You can get it wherever books are sold. Please, or check it out on Amazon. Make sure that Renzo pays the rent this month, the mortgage, wherever he's living in his high rise in Miami. So funny. Now, this is Renzo's family, beautiful family. Check out that portrait.
Hmm.
I love it. I love it. I love you, bro. Thanks for doing it again with
Love
me.
you too, brother.
Pause.
Happy to be here.
Um, uh, Danielle, she has a story to tell. She
What?
might say it or she just might yell. How you feel, baby?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. Just
You look like
another
you just
day.
came from like dance class or something.
I
Love
didn't.
that.
This weather is sucky right now, and I'm just I don't like cold weather. Are you cold? I'm cold. So now I'm in the sweatshirt
Okay.
era.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are broadcasting from New England here in Western Massachusetts, and the turnover right now is happening strong between summer and fall, and has been steadily happening since mid-August when the morning time you wake up and it's like 50 degrees, and I'm like, oh, my hoodie needs to come out. All right, let's get right to it. There's no time to waste. It's the 5 year anniversary episode. First of all, thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you, whether you're on Spotify, whether you're on whichever platform you're listening to. Thank you to everyone who follows on YouTube. Thank you to some of my biggest supporters, my parents, my family, my friends, my colleagues at work. Um, Erica Cobb, thank you so much. A big shout out to Claudia Jordan and Erica Cobb. Check out their podcast, Accidentally Informed, every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I wish I had my glasses, but they broke. So, with all that said, from mic check to milestone, man, listen, 5 motherfucking years. Can you believe that? From mic check to milestone, baby. Like what's this girl? Kiki says, baby, we made it. Half a decade of me running my damn mouth, dragging the culture, clowning with my co-hosts, spilling tea, and sometimes even dropping gems. And guess what? You kept coming back for more, hopefully. When I first hit record on Los's Lounge 5 years ago, it wasn't about being polished. It wasn't about being perfect. And if you go back and you listen to the first episode, crickets, crickets, how we have evolved. It's about creating a space where not only I could grow, but I can hear conversations that not only teach me and help inform my point of view, but as well as the audience. So let's be real. The podcast for me is therapy. It's been comedy. It's been messy at times, especially in the beginning. You guys can look back and listen to some of those episodes. Ugh. I cringe. It's like listening to or looking like at your high school yearbook. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, Jesus, I was a little too vulnerable. But I kept pulling up to the mic, and I got to tell you something. I wanted to give up plenty of times, and Harry can testify to this. Like, there was just times like, I'm like, what am I doing this for? And I didn't. And consistency, as Erica Coblin says, consistency breeds credibility. So this is not the end. We're just getting warmed up. We're 5 years in, and the lounge is still open. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Welcome to your 5 year anniversary.
I wrote a little something if you want me to say it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did. 5 years is a milestone. So I'm gonna read it because I put some input
Wasn't
into it.
expecting this. I'm surprised. Let me.
No, because I'm proud of you. So I wanted to write a little something. So 5 years of Los Lounge. It definitely feels surreal. When you started, it was about conversation and connection. Over time, it grew into space for honesty, laughter, vulnerability, and definitely a little Los chaos. The audacity to keep showing up, evolving, and building community is what got you here. This milestone isn't just about longevity, it's about growth, it's about lessons, and the people you've rocked since day one. Congratulations on your 5 years.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Renzo, do you want to read that spicy, dirty poem you wrote for me?
Yeah,
The
it's
one where we were back in the backyard alley in Miami together? Let's just face
yeah,
it. Renzo was
P
my
is
pimp.
for No, man. I just I that was beautiful, Renee.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
I do want to take a moment and just like acknowledge the fact that you kept saying like, oh, if you listen to my first episodes, it's cringe. Or when you and I first met and you interviewed me for the book when it first came out, you're like, this is cringe, that is cringe, this is cringe, that is cringe. No, man, like I'll take cringe over silence anytime. Vulnerability
Mm,
takes more courage than irony, man. Right? So, and that's you're providing a platform. You just had a dream guest, two dream guests. You just mentioned right now Claudia Jordan, Erica Cobb. You and I have talked about this offline. Like, should I not? And
Reese.
you just
Big
have to
shout out
go
to
for what you
Reese.
want. You
Mhm,
should go for what you want. And right now, these 5 years are a testament to
mhm.
what you've done and what you will do. So I'm just very, very happy for you. I'll add myself onto Renee's beautiful, beautiful sentiment and just like take a little thunder for myself and say, no, man, I think I'm just very happy for you. And I'm very happy to be
Thank you,
here
my
and to
brother.
celebrate the 5 years that you put into this and what you're going to do in the future. I'm a
Thank you
fan.
so
I'm a
much. Thank
fan
you.
now.
Oh, your family, your family. All right, my darlings. Thank you so much. And with that said, thank you individually and collectively. And the show wouldn't be where it is without Harry and Jasmine. So I can't forget to mention that as well. So a big round of applause for them for putting up with it. And to everybody who's either co-hosted, been interviewed, who's been a special guest. All right.
Mhm.
Well, same bullshit. Let's go. Let's go. Let's motherfucking go. 5 years. The first episode is not even the one that's published. The first episode was Harry and I recording, hitting record, and just recording our conversation. There was no structure or nothing. And we ended up getting so drunk off of Hennessy that when I played it back the next day, I was like, this is not going to be released. Too much was said. It was too much kitchen tabletop talk, but it was also like you can hear the sloppiness in our voice and you can just hear like the downfall. It was bad. So then the next day, I recorded it and released the first episode, which is called Morning Good Morning. I don't know what it's called. All right, let's get into it. In today's episode, we're
That
gonna go
that could
and
be
dive.
behind the paywall, Carlos. You could put that on the Patreon, have people support. You know what I mean? Just put on this morning sloppiness behind that
Morning
paywall.
sloppiness. Sloppy toppy. Okay,
And
I'm gonna move up. Jesus. Okay. Let's get into it. Summer 2025 is almost over, and I just want to reflect a little bit. Was it good to us, or did it leave us on read? Like, what's going on? How's the vibe going with that? Danielle, take us there.
I feel like it was way too short. Like I need an extension of some sort. Um, in like a blink of an eye, it was like back to school vibes. And just like honestly, I didn't get to do half the things I wanted to do. I tried a plan, but money always was just acting funny. Like I'll try to budget a trip and bills look at me like, "Oh, you thought, right? Let's get back to work." Adulting is just really ghetto sometimes. But I mean, I still soaked up some sunshine whenever I could. I'm not a cold weather girly, so any day, without snow boots or a winter coat is a win for me. Um, just give me some warm weather, ice drinks, and a good playlist. You know, music is my go-to. Um, it wasn't the perfect summer, but it gave me some joy and a little bit of a tan, so I'm good with that.
You
I'm not
saw
mad at
Chris.
it. See, Chris. That was
Talk
like
about
that.
that. Chris Brown. Give us a little quick review.
The
As
show
you
is
yeah,
amazing. The show is amazing. I think he's the GOAT. I might ruffle some feathers, but I think he's definitely above Usher. And I don't know. He just gives a good show from beginning to end. The beginning actors with Summer Walker, Bryson Tiller, they were really good. But Chris, like he's just the GOAT. Like he's so dope to me. Um, and he inspires a lot of kids. My son wants to be just like him. He wants to dance just like him. So,
Mm,
so
Renzo, you want to dance just like him. Actually, Renzo already does. You're a regular Ricky Martin practically.
Well, we have our talents.
Oh. Yo,
We
how was
each
your
have our
summer, brother?
talents.
Get into it. Tell us
Summer
all
was,
about it because you've been living, darling.
yeah, no, summer just flew by for me. I mean, I'm in a hoodie, but that's because, as I mentioned offline, my girlfriend's here, so now my Miami apartment feels like it's in New England. I don't know if it's 60 degrees in here right now. I normally have it in the 70s. But no, summer was great. I just like you, Renee. I love the sun. I love being out there. Every day I take a walk. I live right by the bay, so I'm very blessed and very lucky to be able to just take in that water. But work has been good. Doing some interesting projects. Also, writing some new poetry, doing an exploration of like 168 different forms, classical, medieval forms that I didn't know about, and just trying to not just show mastery in them, but transcending using modern concepts and language and classical forms to see if we can stretch the form. And I'm working on that with some friends. So it's been fun. Like the poetry's been good. Life has been good. My family's good. My nephews are growing up way too fast.
Mm,
My sister keeps sending me videos that pop up on Instagram or pop up on Facebook or pop on wherever she has them, and it's just like, oh no, their faces are changing.
yeah, yeah,
They're big boys now. They're not
yeah,
babies.
yeah.
So just taking stock of the time and just trying to be here now instead of thinking what's going to happen tomorrow.
yeah.
Mm. Not ending it all deep and fucking Oprah-ish over here. Jesus, it's too early for that, Renzo. It's too early. Listen and get ready because they're just gonna get bigger and bigger. Like my nephew Isaiah is gonna become a father.
I'm sorry?
Oh, yeah, my sister Leslie's mom. Yeah, my little boy. Yeah,
Wow.
he's gonna be a father. So he's gonna be moving to Arizona with his beloved. I am to fly out to Chicago next month. Hopefully he'll be there. I'm also looking forward to going to Jasmine's Halloween party next month. Summer
Oh, cool.
2025. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
costume? Do you have any costume ideas or is it top
Kylo
secret?
Ren from Star Wars with the sword. I'm gonna get the sword. This is probably gonna be like a $200, $250 investment. I will wear that costume to work one day. I'm gonna get my money's worth. I'll wear it on Christmas.
I wouldn't be
New
surprised.
Year's.
Yeah.
I'll wear it outside and just play by myself. And zoom, zoom. Yeah, Kylo Ren all the way. Kylo Ren. So listen, 2025, summer 2025. Yeah, I echo the same thing. Oh, super fast, super fast, super fast. I feel like I had a couple things on my goals list that I didn't check off, but we're halfway there in terms of just personal goals. But also, I didn't get to do as much like I echo. Well, actually, that's a lie. You know what? I got to go to the beach with my mom, and that was so much fun. I haven't been to the beach with my mom in over a decade. She hasn't been to the beach in well over a decade. So to see her reaction and to see like how she was, she felt she was like a little girl again on that beach, and just she's been through a lot. So it was just nice to be able to take her out and spend time with her. We went to the movies a couple of times. We'll get into that as I do the run film review a little bit later on in the episode. Um, and just work, y'all know, and just working on the show and just trying to just get in as much sun as possible because it's going to come to a point where no one's going to want to be outside. And on that, and also, it was a little sad too, just because I lost my friend who is also my ex-partner, Michael, as well too. So a big shout out to Mike. I love you. Michael Claudio was here, and so this episode is also dedicated to him. But we're still here, and on we go. MTV VMAs were yesterday or the night before, and I'm not here to recap it. I don't care. I didn't watch it. I did see some highlights and whatnot. Um, a lot of people have been saying no Mariah slander. I say tisk tisk tisk. What say you? Because did you see the debauchery?
I see nothing, so fill me in.
Mariah, man. Mariah needs to get some choreography or something. Well, Mariah's the voice. You don't have to
Mariah
do,
isn't even a
but
dancer like that,
He's
though.
never
no, which is
really,
fine. But let me just tell you what happened. You remember that character? Ooh, somebody's talking about me. My ear is ringing. Remember that character in Heartbreaker, the enemy, Bianca? That was her with the black wig.
yeah.
Hmm.
I guess they brought that character out. So instead of like punching, like she went to hit her, and then the character fell down. Like it was supposed to be a thing, but the way she hit her, it was all like it was just you have to see it. I wish I could pull it up right now. Maybe in the edit, I certainly will. But it was just people are just ragging on her like, yo, this woman needs like a two-step or something. Lady Gaga, I thought was incredible. She looked great. It's nice to see. By the way,
Hmm.
I saw her entire Mayhem Ball on YouTube. People record and put the full
Of
Lady
course.
Gaga show.
Really? Better than a Madonna show?
You want to get kicked off the Zoom right now? I will make a memory out of this
I
whole
just
situation.
you
It
were
was
just
it was
as
whoever put her
ecstatic.
show together, which I'm sure she has creative design and directed it, but
Of
that was a
course.
well thought out, very cohesive show in terms of the theme, and the set list was, I mean, just the first 45 minutes, I was like, yo, she just hit me with bangers. It was really, 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 really good. She did several songs on the piano. I wish she got in more in her jazz bag on these tours,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But and some of the new music, not bad. All right, she wasn't on the agenda. Let's get right into it. Jesus.
Oh God.
Mhm.
What?
I
Wow,
don't even
wow, wow, yippee yo, yippie yay. With
I
so
don't
much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard pissing off the LGBT when your name is Snoop SNO double P L. All right. Snoop Dogg, the controversy. The
oh.
controversy. All right, for those who don't know or are living under a rock, and I know this is old news, but I've been dying to talk about this. I'm not going to go first. I want to hear what the constituency says. what the co-hosts say. I want to because Erica Cobb did say some poignant things that kind of made me kind of back off a little bit in my approach. And I thought they were beautiful. You can listen to that on Accidentally Informed. But then I don't know. All right, Snoop Dogg didn't know what to say to his grandson when two women came on screen with a child. He said, whatever he said, you guys can go look up the clip. I know you guys know the story. Please tell me, how do you feel?
I don't agree with them at all. I think
Okay, okay.
representation isn't about turning anyone into anything. It's about showing the real world we live in and teaching kids acceptance. So when he said he was scared to take his grandson or didn't know what to say, that just sounded like he was out of touch and he really didn't know how to educate his
I
grandson.
agree. I
And
agree.
then the internet took a cook like tried to cook up like fake drama, like fake apologies from Snoop's account, fake clapbacks from Marlon, because it was definitely you saw Marlon's response.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but Marlon himself had to hop on IG like, this is some bullshit. And honestly, I at the end of the day, I'll always respect Snoop as like a legend, but being iconic doesn't mean like you're always right, and accountability doesn't disappear with fame. So I think he just needs to be more educated about how we're living in today's world because my kids see that too. And if they ask questions, I'm just going to give them the reality of the answer. Like, this is what we see. Love is love. There's different families, because I don't ever want to teach my kids to be judgmental off of something that they don't really, relate to. But I just want them to, be respectful. Um, and that's all he had to teach his grandson was just how to be respectful and just accept it.
Renz de Lorenz.
I agree, man. Like, so at this point, I don't even know what's real or what's not
Yeah.
online or the comments that are being said. I saw the Marlon Wayans statement. I didn't know if it was true or not. It's the world we live in. It's representation, right? People were saying this
Right.
about Hispanics, about African American. They were saying this before, like, oh, we can't show this, we can't show that. I mean, we're out here. We're out here living, we're out here having families, we're out here doing all that stuff. Why does that not have to extend to the LGBTQ community, right? Like for me, it's just like, you know, Uncle Snoop was being an unk. He doesn't get it. That's fine. Good for him, right? Okay, cool. But that he has his opinion. He decides how he wants to raise his kids, raise his family. And that's, I mean, I have no say in that, but I think the problem for me comes when somebody is challenged, whether they're famous or not, in how they view the world, and they want to make the world fit their schema as opposed to integrate into the world. So I think, and what hurts me is that those who preach for tolerance or acceptance when they're part of some minority group or they're part of some marginalized group, and then they, within their group, have hegemonic power spheres where they discriminate against others, right? It's just, you would think that the empathy of suffering would allow you to take on more tolerance or more empathy for others. So, I mean, again, it's not a judgment. I just think if that's how you want to raise your family, it's cool. You can change the channel. I remember I was watching, there was a Pixar movie, Seeing Red. It was called Seeing Red, and it was basically about a teenage girl's period. That's really what the movie's about, and it's going through all of this stuff, and it turns into a monster, and it's like these generational things. And then somebody who was with me with a child who was watching it was freaking out and was pissed off at Disney Plus because they didn't let her know that they were going to talk about a woman's period when she was letting her 7-year-old son see it. Because that's not a discussion that she wanted to have. And I'm like, yo, you are the parent. You turn this on. Maybe you should watch stuff before it happens. It is rated G. Yes, this is rated G now. So why, and this is a woman having shame over the biological development of women because she has sons. So it's just, I mean, to me, it's just there are other things that are happening right now that deserve our outrage. This is not one of them.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
Well, I agree completely with both of you. I wanted to try to play real quick to see if it'll even capture it. Can you hear that?
Hmm.
Bars like Toy Story. Not that one, but the new Buzz.
Can you
In
hear that?
Lightyear. I think it's yeah, with Kiki Palmer's in that movie. Okay, okay. She plays like the daughter. So we watching it, and the lady, which is Kiki's mama, they move on into space years. They move down the line. They're like, then she had a baby with a woman. One of my grandson in the middle of the movie, like, Papa Stu, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. She have a baby. Shh. That's like this fuck me. I'm scared to go to the movie. Feel like y'all going.
All right. So that's from the podcast that he was on. I forgot the name of the fucking podcast. I had it written down somewhere. All right. So I agree with the both of you. Um, obviously we know representation matters, especially when kids are involved and there's questions being asked and it's obviously a teachable moment versus a canceling moment, right? Or you know, because people want like to still use that word or whatnot. And at first, when I heard it, I wasn't actually, I still kind of feel like, damn, he didn't say anything too malicious. In fact, I didn't really hear, I get it. I get what the argument is. I get it. I'm with it. And I've even softened back a little bit of it because I'm like, yeah, you're right. Especially with what Renzo just said. You can't really just like people already in marginalized communities, you can't, it's kind of shitty when, you bash or shit on the people within your community. For me, it's not even just that. It's just like he could have said so much more worse. I get it. Did he have an unk moment? Yeah. Um, I
I
just
mean,
feel
like this
sometimes,
doesn't take away everything he's done or how he's
right.
contributed to society. It doesn't, but it just and I honestly I could also see him being vulnerable on a podcast saying, "Look, I'm going to say this publicly." Like I don't he was, you know what I mean? Like you could take it that way as well. It's like, "Hey, let me show." I don't think he went into it like, "Let me show my ignorance in certain things," but he did. And that's okay because then he can have a conversation and learn. My whole thing is more what I have a problem with is like, hey, let's tell this whole section of the world how to live because it doesn't match with because that's not how I live. So it can't be the right way to live. How many loving relationships are out there and that have two moms or two dads, right? Like, and we're worried about who can adopt kids and who cannot because we're equating homosexuality with like I hear like the worst things, like, oh, they must be pedophiles. No, look at who was a pedophile instead, right? Like, it's that one
A lot
thing
of these
doesn't equal
Republican
the other.
senators
And
out here
because
getting
your
arrested.
ignorance of the subject touches upon that doesn't mean you have to go and impose restrictions or prevent the joy or spreading of joy from other people that just live differently than you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I get a little, this one does take me out. Not at
No,
Snoop,
this
just
is
in general.
great. But
That imposing of like my will over others really does bother me.
yeah, I don't know. For me, like I said, I just feel I understood where he came from in terms of like the idea, because I'm sure a lot of men, a lot of straight fathers probably feel the same way he does too. They might not feel like representation doesn't matter because he made a couple comments like they probably like there seems like this whole agenda. I forgot what exactly he said afterwards. That kind of sucks because if that's the case, then there's a whole big agenda on sexuality, period, whether it's straight or gay, and that's been through the centuries. And we've seen that, especially in the last 30 to 40 years. Publications, movies, TV shows pretty much are having full on sex. Um,
Yeah.
I just felt like I didn't take it as he was bashing the community. I don't know. I just took it completely a lot more chilled and laid back. And sometimes I feel like the community kind of, I'm not gonna lie to you, cries wolf too many times, and I was just wasn't a part of that one. That one didn't. I get what you guys are saying, and I agree completely, completely. But again, did I please, we're gonna stop listening to Snoop now. All of a sudden, if we're gonna do that, then guess what? If you look back at some of the lyrics back in the day, he's dropped the word faggot and so many others. So why don't we just cancel everybody if that's the case? Where do we draw the line between that? That's the other question I want to ask you guys. How do we balance how do we balance that line, right, of recognizing growth and context, but also where do we draw that line too when we're critiquing or placing judgment on these things, right? Because it's so much more easier to go on television and see the president says a lot worse and does a lot worse, right? But I do understand because for me, it's not about yes, I already knew representation matters. For me, that wasn't even the argument. In my perspective, I was just like, damn, he just didn't say he didn't drop the F word. He didn't say anything and I feel like the headlines didn't help it either. So when I went on Instagram threads or when I go on Instagram and I'm reading the comments from like the LGBT community, and I'm just like, but wait a minute, if we're gonna do that and if you're gonna apply all that energy, then where was all that uproar when half of our rights got taken away, especially in the gay community, especially now that they're trying to remove all that. And I'm not saying that people aren't there marching and doing that. I'm not being naive. This is a big country. But I'm saying it just seems like with the gay community, I don't know. Uh, much ado about nothing. But when you look at the bigger that's how I feel. But when you look at the bigger picture, as you guys mentioned, which is really the big point, representation mattering. Maybe he could have said something, but I also feel like who are we to sit there and tell, how do we not know that he didn't go back and have that conversation or that other men?
Exactly.
How do we, and it's kind of hard for me to say because I'm not a parent, but then it's also weird from when I see how people tell other people how to parent or what they should have said. Because the reality is, some dick had to be involved for that baby to come into play. So, what conversation is the parent going to have? You know what I'm saying? Now, that might be based on age. I'm not going to get into all that with a 6-year-old, but if my child is 10 and up or whatever, we're going to have a little bit. I don't know. So, that's another discussion as well, too. So, I looked at it from that perspective.
But the way
And I
that he responded, I don't think he went home and had an educated conversation with his grandson about it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't, I don't even think he knew how to have that conversation because I think he disagrees with it all completely. So what kind of conversation is he actually going to have with his grandson after the movie?
But
None.
see, that's the thing too. So maybe he does. I can't say. And honestly, it doesn't affect me at all.
Mhm.
But I feel like you're Snoop Dogg. You work in an industry that is filled with gays. The
Correct.
entertainment industry wouldn't be anything where it was, whether it's music, film, and God knows what else, if it wasn't for gay people. Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. And I'm sure there's a lot of how you doing that's going on that they're not even out yet. Let's be very clear. And this is also not my personal attack on the rainbow community. I don't want anyone in my DM. And if I'm twitching my head like, I mean it. Don't do it because I'm not going to read it and I don't care. But I am also like, I don't want to sound like a dick because that's not my intention to attack the community. But I was also like somebody on Facebook, uh, someone I know named Ryan was like, "Oh, how could you support him? He supports Trump." um this, that, and the other, MAGA, and my reply to that, and I know this is a little bit separate, but my reply to that was also, well, because the truth of the matter is, I do know people who voted for Trump. I am related to people who probably voted for Trump. I That's what am I supposed to do? That's
Right.
like I've kind of already lost a best friend because of that whole bullshit in the scheme of Black Lives Matter. And granted, there was some other underlining thing there, but that mostly stemmed from that. So I'm not going to do that again, and that's not American,
Right.
you know. Um, anyways, so that's one thing. And then I got, kind of he said what he said. He just expressed his point and his disappointment, and at the same time, like, miss me with all that. Like, I don't listen. People gonna be. I guess I don't even like gay pride. There's a lot of things that I don't rock with, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that I don't want equality, equal rights, protection, or representation for the community. It all matters. I know that. Are there
You
many things I don't really rock with and co-sign anymore? And especially as I get older, I'm becoming a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more conservative.
know,
Um, Publican is going on with me today. But no, seriously, it's my views and my shifts are changing, and so I just felt like it was just much ado about nothing and should have been turned into a teachable moment.
So
What I
there's two things that are, not to cut you off, brother, but there's two things that I'm hearing that are interesting to me. Number one is the outrage people have when celebrities are not who they expect them to be. Like because we we I was about to curse. Like we rock with these people, like, oh my God, right? And then all of a sudden you find out
Could you
like,
curse?
oh, I curse. It's a sign of intelligence. You
Could you
fuck with
just
these
drop
people,
one right
right?
now
Like
for
I
the
fuck with it. I
anniversary?
fuck with this person, right? And then all of a sudden, like I don't know, you find out like, oh, like R. Kelly. I loved R. Kelly growing up. And then
Oh,
you find out this stuff about R. Kelly, right? And I'm like, I was like, oh no. And I'm ashamed to say, like, one of my initial thoughts was like, oh, I can't listen to R. Kelly again, as opposed to these poor girls, right? Like these poor girls. And then there's this thing I think that we have as people that if we idolize some people or some symbols in some way, the way that our parents are heroes when we're growing up, and as we become teenagers, we see they're human. and they come down, right? And then we start talking back and we start like mouthing off and all this stuff, right? When you, I'm amazed. Number one, I don't think it should be news. I don't give a damn, right? And this is just me, right? I don't give a damn what Snoop Dogg is doing in his life. Like I enjoyed his music and all that stuff, but when I'm looking to Snoop for a moral compass, how do I reconcile like, oh, he doesn't like representation of two women having a kid, and he's also referred to women as bitches for so long, right? Like I'm not reconciling this. So it's just nobody is who you expect them to be. I think you need to look to yourself, to your community to be the change that you want to be and stop basing, maybe this is going a little bit too far, but I think it comes to like projecting your identity and your wants and your ideals on these people that have absolutely nothing to do with you, don't give a shit if you're alive or dead. Like, because you're, and it's not because they're mean, it's just like you're not in their life. Focus on what's in your life,
Yeah.
focus on making everybody else's life better instead of putting that energy on the fact that, I found out that Bruce Willis didn't think Die Hard was a Christmas movie, and I was devastated because I think it's the greatest Christmas movie of all time, right? And then when they asked me, well, Bruce Willis said that, I'm like, yeah, he was the actor. He didn't write it. So there you go. And I just think that's interesting. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, have you seen like this cult of personality, right? Like we're seeing it in politics, we're seeing it in celebrities, we're seeing it like if Carlos, if Madonna told you to go with AT&T versus T-Mobile, chances are that as a huge fan, you may go with AT&T versus T-Mobile, right? And like, why? Why is that? I'm not saying that's you, but like, I just want to explore that a little bit with you guys. Why
Hmm.
do we listen to people that are famous in society for A, B, or C reason instead of to ourselves or to our own research or to anything like that? And we put so much emphasis and so much of our own personal stock and emotion into people we might never meet, or if we meet them on a one-on-one basis, we might not even like them.
Hmm. Um, I, I guess I'll answer that first, just because I've lived a life of idolatry. Ooh, with grab your Bibles now.
Golden boars everywhere. Right.
Look. Renzo, look.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Whatever. Some call it idolatry. I call her inspiration. No,
Mhm.
it's the truth. And I got to tell you something. I didn't realize what I was doing until I saw. Let me answer your question first. I think because everyone's looking for a hero, and I don't know. For me, I'll speak for me. I wouldn't go switch to AT&T. No, Madonna. No, Madonna. I don't even want to pay front row no, Madonna. I'm not gonna go see you more than once, like some people do now, which is still cool because I used to do that too. But I'm just like, I can't. Like, I've snapped out of that bubble. I'll do a post. I think what it is, it's about tapping into a zeitgeist, right? And maybe that fills voids, maybe let's say like the Beyonce fans, or anybody who stands at that level, you know, I feel like there might be something missing in their own life. I don't know. For me, I don't know why. I have a full life. I have family and friends, but I've idolized this woman and it's ridiculous and it's gotten me nowhere. I don't know why the culture that is. We are a culture that is set up in idolatry on so many levels, and that's a sin, right? Um, and we are a culture that puts people up here just for
Yeah.
the sake of knocking them down.
Yeah.
We've seen it in politics, public figures, celebrities, and for some reason, people just are so enamored with fame and celebrity, especially now that it's so much more accessible, and they hang on to every other motherfucker's word. And I just don't understand it. Let me just tell you something. There's been things that Madonna's done that I haven't agreed with. And we can start. Ooh, I don't want to say with what, just in case she ever does my show. Mom, mother, I'm not going to say, but we'll talk about it privately. But there's you know what I mean? Like, and I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. For me, I wanted to just add this real quick, Danielle, before you answer this. For me, like, I realized that behavior when I saw a film in New York. I took Shayla, my girl Shayla, and Popeye to it in 2019, Pride weekend
Mhm.
in New York City. And there were this group of diehard M fans. Like, you think I'm bad? No, they're sick with it. Like, they travel all around the world sleep outside the stadium, front row. They don't come home. One of the women that they premiered that they showed in this film was her husband was like, "Yo, every time Madonna drops a new album, I'm fucking pissed because I know that for the second half of the year, I'm not gonna see my wife."
Mm,
So that level of idolatry and so by the end of it, I just like it was fun to be there and experience it, right? But when I'm sure maybe not by the end of it, when I came home for sure, I can promise you I was like, ew, ew, really? That's what I've been doing since childhood? Ew.
mm,
And me dio como una peste. Like, oh God, no, you're a grown ass man, motherfucker. Get back to life. And it's not to say fuck this bitch. I love my bitch. But
Yeah,
um,
no, but not before Danielle goes. Like, it's I'm not saying like you can't. Like, I love Star Wars, I love James Bond, I love WWE, I love Broadway, I love all these little things that I'm a nerd about, and I don't. I think everybody should love what they love, and it's okay to go and do all that. It's when I start seeing like, oh, Madonna had an affair. How dare you? You know what I mean? Like that whole thing about
yeah, 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 yeah,
judging and love what you love, man. Like enjoy what you enjoy. But when
yeah.
you
I
start
see what you're saying.
depending on these human beings
Yeah.
to be like what you believe is morality, or like all like this culture of podcast bros that live and die on whatever Joe Rogan says, as an example. Like if you want to listen to it, it's cool. But when you like when it starts dictating what you do in life and then you get disappointed when it's not what you thought, that was my question, Danielle,
Oh,
in
my
case I clarify.
apologies. Yeah, maybe I ran somewhere else
Well,
with that. But
it's,
yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Danielle.
I just feel like we've been influenced since we were little, right? So any time a celebrity does something, so says something, we it's almost like Carlos said, we look at them as our superheroes. So when things like that come out, like Madonna had an affair, Snoop Dogg said this, it is like a shocker because they kind of let us down in some way. And it's like, we thought you were this, but now you're this. So now it's like, I don't even know how to see you anymore because I thought you were such a positive role model. Now I don't see you in that aspect anymore. Just like my kids love, I don't know, say Blippy. They love Blippy.
My
Say
nephews love Lippy too. Yeah.
right. So say something comes out saying
I gotta look
Blippy
it up.
was a pedophile or something like that.
Oh
We're
my
not,
God.
are we going to allow our kids to continue to see Blippi? No, because he's influenced. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just we idolize these people as to be somebody who would influence us in a positive way. We look to them as someone who can influence us in a positive way, like Beyonce. Nobody sees Beyonce in a negative light until something comes out. Do you see Beyonce in a negative light, Carlos?
I'm just
My
over
sister
her.
hates her.
I'm at the
My sister
oversaturation of
straight
her.
up hates her, which is I think it's I'm trying to understand where that comes from.
The hate
Whoa.
Beyonce?
Yeah. Yeah, hating on, not like she's despicable, but more like, oh, she thinks she's this, or like why is she trying to do a country song or all that stuff. And I'm like, where did this come from? Right? Like I'm just like,
Beyonce
where
just does too much. Like she doesn't allow other people just to do the country album. I just feel like Beyonce is just trying to do too much to continue to have all this spotlight on her. Like just stay in one area. Like
Wait a
I
minute.
feel
Hold
like
on, real quick. If I could just add to that. But what if it's not so, and let's just remove Beyonce. What if for an artist, this might be a different topic, so I don't want to go too far from your point,
no, no,
Danielle.
no, no.
But what if it's more so for an artistic standpoint to break to uh oh my God, why can't I articulate it? What if I'm an artist and I want to try all these new things and I want to step outside my box and I want to grow and then you just happen to fucking excel. That's not your fault. And you have this fucking huge fan base and you're already a legend. Um,
but do they actually like the music or they just like it because it's Beyonce?
God, I skipped through that album faster than a ray of light.
That's what I'm saying.
There was one song
Uh,
that caught me on that album, but go ahead, finish
That's
your
what
point.
I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah,
why do
yeah.
a country album because she could just do a country album and it wasn't even all that great, but people still paid their thousands of dollars to go see it. For
Yeah, I talk.
what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
That's
And so
annoying.
So I feel like celebrities and all that, right, are a big, excuse me, the colas got me gassy, is a big illusion of bliss, as Alicia Keys once wrote a song titled. And people are just so in living in Delulu and like Renzo said, forgetting about their own lives and the wonderful things that they do that, and you got to remember too, like everyone's entitled to have their opinion. There's 8 billion people on this planet. Everyone thinks differently, everything. And what we see with artists or public figures is only a fragment of time versus what the real deal is. People just got to stop. Look, our God is a jealous God.
Mm, amen.
Put that in your cup and drink it. All right, let's have a little fun. Let's get a little spicy. Let's get a little. By the way, we do have two more categories that I definitely want to go through. But before we continue, Los's Lounge podcast is available on your favorite podcast app. Don't forget to hit subscribe. We're celebrating 5 years in the lounge, 5 years of conversations, wonderful guests, and just really pushing. For me, it's therapy, but it's also wonderful to hear other ideas and opinions and perspectives, because whether I might agree or not now, I can promise you I'll think about it later. Believe me, you. All right. Free Wendy Williams. It's still a movement. I don't know if anybody knows, but her Instagram is ¿Qué pasó? ¿Por qué? Free Wendy Williams. I don't know what's going on, but that cannot get. You saw Britney twerking in the bathroom,
Yeah, I saw
or
that.
doing what she was doing in the black dress. She said she was on a bad date, so she went into the bathroom at the Mexican spot she was at, and she was just dancing disastrously. When I tell you free Wendy and take Britney, believe
Oh,
me.
come on.
Somebody said on Instagram threads, I'll help pay for it.
Ah, I
All
will
right.
too. I can't.
Um, I want to play with you guys. Pause. A game. Sorry. I got the giggles now. I want to play a new game with you guys. Uh, listen, or not a new game. I'm going to give you two choices. Categories are movies, music, TV shows. Two choices. You pick which one wins. So kind of like a versus.
Okay.
You two. Are you ready?
Mhm.
Boys in the Hood versus Menace to Society.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the
Hands,
Hood.
hands down.
That last scene, man.
Yeah.
I
Classic.
know. I know.
Come on.
Classic. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. Friday or Don't Be a Menace to Society. Or Don't Be a Menace
Oh,
in South. Don't Be a Menace.
don't be a menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. I still go Friday.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm
But
gonna say Friday too.
I'm going to say Don't
don't
Be
be
a
a menace
Menace.
was. So what was that scene where he's like, I just came here to see my son, and then he just
I love the church. There's a church scene towards the beginning too that's hysterical. I like that movie better. Coming to America versus House Party.
Ah, I was too young for
Party
House Party.
one, the original? Oh, the original or the remake?
The original,
Which one?
I haven't
1990.
seen it. I haven't seen it. I've only seen Coming to America, which I love, but it's on my list of things to see, House Party. But I have to go with Coming to America because I've seen that and I haven't seen House Party, but I hear it's fantastic.
Okay.
Renzo.
I know.
Never
Hold on,
seen
Janet. Hold on.
it.
Um,
Wow. It's a
My heart
situation.
for you.
Well,
But how happy are you for me that I get to experience it for the first time?
Next time we are on this podcast, you better have seen it.
I'm adding it to my, no,
ouch.
it is actually on my list. It's on my list of things to see.
Oh,
Okay.
well, I'm gonna say
Okay.
House Party with that one. I'm not gonna say Coming to America.
Let's keep this rolling. Let's keep this rolling. Music. Let's go to the music.
Oh.
Mary J. Blige is What's the 411 versus TLC Crazy Sexy Cool.
Crazy, sexy, cool.
Watch 411.
For me, it's Crazy, sexy, cool. That
Oh,
album was like it was part of the formation of my childhood in that year. It was
wait a
it was
minute.
amazing.
Did 411 didn't come out the same year?
So 92
No, he's
versus
saying it.
94.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going. I don't know which one.
You have to pick, Carlos. You can't say you don't know.
Yeah, man. If you stand for nothing,
TLC. Like a Prayer
Red
versus
Light
Purple
Special,
Rain.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Sorry.
We'll move on. You know my answer.
Purple Rain, man.
Illmatic
What are you
versus
doing?
Ready to Die.
Illmatic.
Illmatic.
Wow. I'm
Mhm.
torn on this one because I'm gonna say tie. I'm gonna say a tie.
There was
There's no
no hesitation from
way.
Danielle or myself, like right here.
Right.
Yeah, I
None.
gotta say a tie.
Well,
All
he
right, TV shows: The Fresh Prince versus Martin.
Fresh Prince for me.
Which one?
Fresh Prince versus Martin.
I say Martin. I could see like reruns over and over again with Martin with Fresh Prince. I'm like, I
Okay.
like it, but I
Yeah.
don't mind
Dude,
honestly.
that episode with the dad, like, how come he doesn't want me, man?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's always
yeah,
gonna be a tearjerker.
yeah. Um, or a jerker. All right, I'll go with Fresh Prince on that. Um, with tears afterwards. Living Single versus Friends.
Living single.
I saw Friends more than Living Single growing up, but I really like Living Single. I really do. I feel like, didn't that come first too? Didn't Friends
It
like
did.
steal
Hey,
the
Friends
format for
was
Living Single?
inspired by. That's why.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. As much as I love Living Single and I'm all for the culture, I got to go with Friends on this one.
Yeah, I've seen it more with my sister. It's
It
like a
was
show that
so,
we have together. But
and
Living
it
Single's dope.
lasted longer than living single, right?
Yeah, I mean, Living Single right now has Erica Alexander and oh
Kim Fields.
Kim Fields. Kim Fields?
Or Kim,
They have a
both
they
Kim
have
Fields?
a
Which one? I don't know.
I forget, but they have a podcast
Yeah,
reliving the show and the episodes, and there's a lot of that.
juicy.
Janet, baby, I know you want to go outside. I hear you, but you gotta wait. All right. And finally, Moesha versus Sister Sister. I say Moesha.
I watched Sister Sister
Renzo's like,
more.
I don't know.
I say sister, sister because I love Batman.
Mm,
I,
I would,
I just watched Sister Sister more. That's all
yeah,
it is.
sister.
Moesha was cool.
okay, let's get into our next game. True or false? Are you ready? We're gonna start everybody with American history. Los's Lounge is an educational piece. It's not just us shooting the shit. Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey, not the bald eagle, to be the national bird of the United States. What say you, Janet? Come here. I'm sorry.
That
True or
happened.
false? Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey, not the bald eagle, to be the national bird of the United States. True or false?
I would say that's true.
Friends?
I think it's true as well.
Correct. It is very true. True or false? Whitney Houston is the only artist to ever have 7 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100.
The first or only?
Is the only artist.
I would say true.
That may be false, but I may be wrong.
Well, apparently it's true. She holds the record, beating even the Beatles and Elvis, and that's why she's
That's
the.
what I was thinking about, Beatles or Elvis or Mariah Carey.
Hmm. Well, speaking of Mariah Carey, the very first text message ever sent was "Merry Christmas" in 1992.
I don't know.
What?
In
False?
1992, the very first text message ever sent was "Merry Christmas." Janet, no. Sorry, I'm being like cat dad.
False.
I'll say false as well.
Well, it's true. A 22-year-old engineer by the name of Neil Papworth sent it from a computer to a friend's phone. The most 90s thing ever. And
Woo!
here we go. True or false? The blue whale's penis is the largest in the animal kingdom, sometimes
True.
reaching up
True.
to 10 feet in length.
True.
True.
It's true. That gives a he's Renzo's mad over. He's like, can we just change this topic? He's like, I'm grossed out. Your facial expression said it all. Or maybe I'm assuming. But that gives a whole new definition to get all up in the guts. That's like 10
Wow.
feet long. Next topic. Run. What was the last movie you guys seen? In the
Ooh,
theater.
in the
In the
theater?
theater,
Yeah.
Naked Gun, the Naked Gun remake
And
or
we
redo.
and we talk. That wasn't on the agenda, but now that I know. Danielle, what about you?
Um, I honestly I don't remember. No, do I? I don't know. Oh, it was House Party, the new version. That's the last
Oh,
one.
ironically, Janet, enough is enough. Now you got me on here about to cuss you all like Precious's mama. I'm not
Oh,
afraid to do it.
We can't have a
Are we
five-year reunion here without Janet showing up.
not with this behavior? When she can get her
Shout
own
out to
podcast.
Janet.
All right, let me show everybody my pussy. Come here, baby. I know, but then I gotta cuss you out. And I don't want to do that. I'll
I hope
cuss
her
you out so
bathrooms
good,
are
I'll
better.
cuss you back in. Everybody say hi to the princess.
Woo!
Hi,
Is her
Hi,
butt
Janet.
Janet.
better?
Say hi, Janet. Janet, wave to the camera. To the
Miss Jackson.
camera.
Is her butt worms better?
Jesus Christ. Why would you put my baby's business out there? There is such things as
Your
HIPAA.
baby just out their last podcast.
Yes. I didn't say it the last time. I said HIPAA. Look back at the episode. Yes, she had tapeworms. I'll tell you why. Last year she had parasites, and apparently parasites. She had fleas and shit. And the fleas left some eggs inside her or whatever. So after she got taken care of that, all these months later, guess what starts hatching inside her? The parasites. Guess who had to rush her to the doctor? Dad. And you know how that exchange went?
Yeah.
apparently,
Mhm.
apparently ICE is gonna come get me. Jesus. All right. Thanks for playing that game. Listen, so I want to get into it. The Naked Gun. I didn't know that you saw it. I saw it. What are your thoughts?
I I enjoyed it. I could have waited till streaming, because but also it was just my friend really wanted to see it. I was curious about seeing it. The reviews were great. I really
Okay.
like those Lonely Island guys. Was it Jorma Tacome who directed it? Um, they did the It was the same team that did the Chippendale Rescue Ranger redo movie at Disney Plus, which I had fun with. So I went in there, I saw it, I enjoyed it, but I think a full theater probably would have changed that experience. Like you know
Mm,
when like everybody's there to laugh,
yes.
right? But other than that, I felt like it could wait till streaming. But no, I thought it was clever. I love Liam Neeson and
Me
basically
too.
anything he does.
Yeah.
For the most part, I think he's a great actor, even though he's done Taken, Diet Taken or Taken Zero
Mm.
for like the last decade. But it was great. I really enjoyed Pam Anderson coming out and the whole like jazz scat scene with her and her
Mm.
really
That was
playing
fun.
up. Yeah, just it's nice to see their chemistry and see what they did. The OJ joke did pop me. The one with like I don't want to ruin it. Well, it's in the trailer, right? So everybody's saying hi to their dad and everything there, and then you just see like Nordberg's son, and he's like,
Not going there.
we're not. And then the other thing that I really enjoyed was so Liam Neeson is 72 when he filmed this movie, right? So he's what, about 5 years older than Leslie Nielsen was in Naked Gun 33 and a third. And he's also about 6 years younger than Priscilla Presley. And when there's the scene in the UFC WWFC fight where he's coming out and his pants are down and you just see his mom looking, you know it's his mom if you watch the movie. If you watch the movies, you know that's his mom. And you just see his mom just looking at her son and be like,
Now I have to see.
that got me too. That got me too. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
that's a
it. I enjoyed it.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I thought it was hysterical. I would have loved to have the cinema filled, right? I didn't have that experience either. There was just people scattered here and there, and that's kind of really it. Maybe 10 people. But any chance I get to go to the movies with my mom is so much fun. And that's our bonding time. So we just make the best of it. Speaking of movies, Run, the sci-fi thriller that premiered nationwide. You can get your tickets still at fandango.com. Go find a theater near you that's playing it and go watch it. It's a sci-fi thriller directed by Chris Stokes, starring Marcus Houston, Claudia Jordan, Drew Sidora, Erica Mena. Footage Film Studios is the studio, so check it. So we went, my mom and I, we went to go see it, and we made a date. It was pretty cool. We had a wonderful time. Um, was it crowded? No, there was probably like 12 people maybe in there the most. Once again, small theater in Connecticut. So what do I think? I love the special effects. I love the story. I enjoyed it. Excuse me.
She needs to be on punishment.
It's the TV started talking. You didn't hear
Oh,
that?
it's the TV.
It's
I
the
thought
TV.
I
Okay,
thought you
so
had a I thought you had a ghost you argued with, and this was a new thing for me. So I was like,
it's how I'm drawing you new visitors to the show. No, my TV. I'm sorry, unmuted. Anyways, so listen. So the story for anyone who doesn't know is it revolves around Annie. Annie is Claudia Jordan's best friend in real life. I forget the characters' names, but um girl is getting married to boy. Girl is rethinking it because she's like, did I lose myself in this? You know, the second thoughts, the questions in your head. Girl leaves boy at the altar. Girl and girlfriends this have their girlfriends moment, and then they go out to the cabin to the woods to get away. Perfect, right? Gives girls time to, think and just have fun, disconnect from the world, only except the entire planet got invaded by aliens, not just in the United States. And not only did we get invaded, but these motherfuckers is fucking us up. They react to sound and noise. And there's, I guess the flashlight we find out in our phones is the one thing that like gets them to like turn away or like freaks them out. There's something in the light that like helps kill them or like whatever. Anyways, it's your advantage. So the in between all this, there's still Claudia Jordan, it plays the cousin of the groom. She's the first one to die. Well, I was sad. I want my money back. I came to see my friend. Why does she have to be the first one? My mother got emotional. I had to look to the left and say, lady, get a grip. You're older than I am. It's a movie. She's not really dead. I also discovered that my mom likes to talk loud to me in the theater. I don't know why, but she did it during The Naked Gun, and she damn sure did it during Run. And I'm like, Mom, there's other people in here. Anyways, Mom, I love you. I know you'll be watching. Um, the guys, the groom goes up to the cabin to meet the girls. By this point, the shit hit the wall. People are dying left and right. I don't want to give away the ending. I didn't really like the ending too much. Like I don't want to say it, but the rest of it right before, and the movie starts right at the ending. It's one of those. So you see kind of like the ending. Should I just say it or should I just yeah, fuck it. Everybody dies in the movie. There was no turning back. And the president went online on TV and was like, "Look, in order for us to like, we're down and out. We're gonna have to start doing airstrikes all across the country and blow these motherfuckers up, which means we're gonna have to blow you up too. And I'm sorry that it came down to this, but if we need to save our world and blah blah blah." And
did it
the
really
poor
save it?
bride,
They blew
the
up the
last
world?
survivor, huh?
They blew up the world to save it?
They were dropping aerial bombs everywhere because the aliens were too much.
Damn.
And it sucks because there was hope. But the love story is good. The acting was really good. The chemistry was incredible. And I love seeing an all black and brown cast. For me, I was very surprised by Erica Mena's performance. She like kind of almost stole the show. Not gonna
No.
lie.
Uh,
Yeah, Erica did a damn good job acting, and I don't know
what?
much about her, but from whatever I've heard on Wendy and things like that, she's a reality star, Renzo, in case you don't know. Um, and I don't know her background, but she's Boricua, if I'm not mistaken, right? To me, she was like, and they all did good, but her, Erica Mena, she was
Really?
funny. She gave it to us good. I was really blown away by that. So, overall, I give it, I'm biased too because my friend's in it, right? So,
I'll be honest, even with your
but I
friend
have
in
to
it.
be honest, I'll give it a B plus.
No,
Borderline.
you need like four Janets or
Right.
something. Like you gotta
Oh,
give it
so
you gotta have
five
a Carlos
Janets.
rating system.
So five Janets. You know what I'm saying? Five Janets, five cocktails, five being the most. I give it a 4.2.
Okay.
That's not a B, but I raise it up a little bit because I'm biased. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's just that ending. It would have been a five. I was like, save everybody.
Okay, if you would have
Speaking
changed
of,
that, what would you have done?
it would have been nice for her to get saved because what happens is, and again, spoiler alert, um, she, Marcus Houston, it's just her and him at the end, and he's like, "Look, baby, I love you, but
Ooh.
I'm gonna kill and blow up the house where all these aliens are inside of us right now. Run to the car and get the fuck out of here. Because otherwise, everything we did would have been for nothing." I
Mm.
thought that was so beautiful. They kiss, he blows up,
Oh, Marcus dies. Oh,
she
God.
makes it, she's running, and then it starts where the movie started. And it's her running, and she looks up. By the way, the girl is gorgeous. The woman is gorgeous. And she sees the military jets, and she's like, "No, wait, I'm still down here, please, no." And then it's bomb, bomb, the end. Everybody died. Run. And so I ran.
Wow.
And bitch, I'm tired from
Wow.
running. Yeah, it fucks me up though, because it makes you think like, what if there was an alien invasion? You know,
Yes. What would you do?
run to my parents' house and pick up the nearest Bible. Actually, I
Mm.
have several Bibles. All right. Speaking of running, it seems like, and I can't wait for Renzo to get into your bag and your perspective of this. So I'm going to allow you to kick this off or I'm going to ask that you kick this off, not allow. I don't own you. Um, Renzo used to be my pimp, y'all. Y'all know this. We talked about this. Renzo
Still he
fired
needs
me.
his money.
Yeah, but you fired me. I don't think I did good.
You didn't.
I'm sorry. All right, Renzo, I want to get a feel for what are your thoughts around the Epstein files and all the hoopla. We must stay
Oh,
on their fucking necks. Everyone with a platform, everyone release the Epstein's file because the demand is high. And why does it matter? Well, it connects to themes of abuse and power, corruption, and accountability. Frame it as bigger than Epstein. It's about who gets protected and why survivors deserve truth. Keep it also, um, I do want to say that so many names are being teased but not fully dropped. I mean, don't forget Marjorie Taylor Greene recently. I mean, for God's sakes, who knew that she had a heart? Renzo, what are your thoughts on all this and everything that's going on?
To me, it's all performative. I I I don't think we're ever gonna get any sort of modicum of the truth. Names can be redacted. You have the FBI director well, no, straight up saying that Donald Trump is very brave for being an FBI informant into the Epstein case, and then a day later or so saying, "Hey, he's walking back from that statement," meaning you got caught lying, so now you're gonna tell the truth. So at the end of it's nothing ever happens. Nobody's ever held accountable. It's only it's I just again, I'm not saying it doesn't matter because it does matter to the families of these people that suffered through it. It matters to the people that suffered through it. But to expect accountability from people that have shown us none, let's focus on something else
Yeah.
because you're not going to
Uh,
get it. That's me.
Is it
It's
so wait, can
why
you help me understand? It's a distraction from both parties or one over the other?
I I think it's a whole like I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but to me, sometimes the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are they're two sides of a prism. Like it's
Mhm.
like it's like it's I don't let me take a breath because
Uh-huh.
I am coming off as a bit like hopeless or pessimistic, but I think there's false divisions between liberal and conservative. To me, it just boils down to those who have and those who have less or have not. And the
Mm,
interest of those who have is to continue acquiring what they have. And they're tossing people who have not bones to distract them from what's going on. That's what I think.
I understand. I understand. Danielle, do you have
So
any
it's
thoughts?
just
Um,
Renzo's feisty tonight. I like this side of you. Could you look
um,
at the wait, hold on, hold that thought, Renee. Renzo,
oh,
could you look into the camera and just give us that feisty face? Serve us face. Category is hunt realness. Go. No, you got to make a noise because otherwise I have you on, it's on speaker mode. Nope. Let me give the camera to him. I'm sorry. Production's failing, by the way.
can't give you that anymore. I can't. It's just I
Oh,
can't.
man. I missed
um,
it.
I'm
Go,
gonna
Danielle.
turn on the light.
um, uh, my opinion, the public deserves full transparency.
Yes.
This wasn't one man, it was a whole network of powerful people hiding behind money and privilege. Too many names are just being protected while victims are left carrying the trauma. Um, if this was everyday people, every detail would already be on blast. So this isn't gossip. This is about justice. Survivors deserve accountability at the highest level, period. Um, I don't know. Just shine the light, name the names, and stop protecting people just because they're rich and famous. So the longer
Yeah.
they stall, the healthier they look,
Yeah.
period.
So I guess where I stand is even if they release the names, how do we
Mhm.
know those are the names? They can just make up whatever names. Who's going to be there and saying like this is true versus this is false?
Mm.
Like it's
But
just it just seems like a big political game to me, right? Like it's
But they're
yeah.
not even releasing anything. So it's just kind of like,
Anything. Yeah. 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 I always hear Charlemagne say that Democrats should be using this at their most advantage, the same way that Republicans used the whole trans issue during the election. Now that you've got something on them, you got to stay on that heat. But Donald Trump also and the administration does a very good job of distracting, right? One week I'm mad at Beyonce, the next week I'm sending troops and stuff like not troops, well, yeah, you almost can say to Chicago and all this. So the distractions of it all. It just seems that so far we've had 5 years of Los's Lounge and still no Epstein files. So I guess some things really don't change, but don't worry. Hopefully the show will still be here for year 6 and 7, and maybe one day those damn
so
files
let
will.
me ask you a question though. Do you think, let's say, I'm not saying this is what happens, right? Let's say it comes out Donald Trump is guilty of what he's being accused of. How many people do you think that have based their entire identities on supporting him are going to think that that's not a hoax? That's not fake news. That's not a lie. Or they're going to find some way to excuse it the way they've excused multiple felonies, rape convictions, et cetera, and so forth.
they're going to stand behind them no matter what comes
So
out.
what's going to change?
Well, wait a minute. There is a big percentage of people in his camp that want this information. I think some people's moral compass are really starting to awaken, I shall say, right? So this is a big thing. This is about abuse, rape, and so much more. Power struggles and dynamic. And I think that people on his base still want to know what's up with the Epstein files.
What? But again, we're talking about the Epstein file. We're talking about morality, and I'm not trying to compare this as a horrible crime. Yes, whoever is involved in this needs to go down for it. But I think you're trying to find morality where morality doesn't exist.
Mm,
it just doesn't. When you look at the treatment of immigrants, when you're looking at people who are innocent who are being sent over to send to El Salvador, when you look at uh, being like trying to take away the rights to vote, like the right of people to vote, to trying to minimize the role of a woman in terms of like, hey, she shouldn't vote if she's married, right? Like, what morality are we looking for?
But you don't think that the people
It's
that,
not
so
even
you're speaking
politics
to the
anymore.
people that voted for him too, but you don't think that some of those people aren't looking back, and I'm not defending them. Believe
So
me,
I'll tell you this, and maybe it's inflammatory, and if it is, I apologize, right? But
no, do it, say it.
do you know what the historical term is for members who voted for the Nazi Party in Germany, who voted because they wanted a better Germany, who voted because they wanted greater financial restitution after being depleted after World War One, who voted for improved infrastructure? Do you know what history calls them? Nazis.
I was just gonna say,
Mm,
yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
think it matters what you voted for, is who you voted for, right? Like you voted for this. Like a lot of people, like I've heard a lot of like, oh, what's the guy my sister like Schultzy? Andrew Schultz, Joe Rogan, all these people saying like, oh, I voted for him, but I didn't think he was gonna do that. What did you think he was gonna do?
Right.
Nothing. He's doing what he said he was going to do.
yeah.
There's a whole website that existed about Project
Project
2025, whatever
2025.
it's called. Like it existed and it laid it out and it's being followed to the letter.
The T.
So who is surprised? The thing that people are surprised about, and I'll speak about it from the Hispanic community because I live in Miami and Doral is full of Venezuelan immigrants, Cuban immigrants, etc., is that, oh, I thought you were going to go after them, not me. And that goes all the way down the line, right? So it's just, again, when I say this, it's really nice to be good to your neighbor. And like, like there's a ton of murderers, fascists, criminals that were nice to the milkman. All right. Like it's just, so to me, when it comes like, where is the morality of Congress? I don't know.
Mhm.
And again, I come from South America, which is a direct product of US colonialist foreign policy, shaped by Kissinger, shaped by other people. Like I'm not surprised. It doesn't mean I don't like this country. I love this country, but because I love this
Right,
country, I want it to be better. We
right.
can be better. But if we're hoping to find morality in people performing political theater who have shown no morality, I don't think this is going to do it. That again, that's just me, and I'm sorry if I'm being inflammatory.
No, no, no. Stop apologizing. There's nothing to be sorry for. This is what the lounge is. This is what the show's about. This is what it's about. Don't say sorry. Say that shit with your chest out. Say it loud.
Sorry.
Oh my God, I'm so turned on. All right, listen. I don't know. I'm sorry. Renzo, put a protective order on me right now. No, brother, I think you made so many wonderful points. And I do want to say something too. I just want to go back to our conversation earlier with Snoop Dogg and just the LGBT and just really not so much about Snoop Dogg, but just when we get to a point you mentioned earlier, it's kind of sad when my people who may be oppressed or fit into a minority group or whatnot, when there becomes like a hierarchy and that's just, right? Or that judgy behavior, because it's whatever. What I'm learning too, when I'm taking away from these conversations, because Chris Surretts made a really beautiful point too when he was on the show as well too. It's like we can't like feel how you want to feel, but you got to remember to just morality, right? Empathy, compassion, patience with people, and really give people grace too. And I feel like when I'm, even though I feel certain types of ways and I believe in certain things, it really is nice to hear my friends say their opinions, even if it is the opposite, because I really do afterwards think about it, but it also not so much think about it. It's such a good reminder of that. Don't lose your morality and your kindness and wanting all these good things for everybody because we all deserve all these good things too, right? And also don't critique too much or kind of throw under the bus. Sometimes I've done that recently in private kitchen table talk, not necessarily on this show. an example towards my community. But like Chris said, got to be careful sometimes when you do that too, because when you start pulling at the string, then all of a sudden the entire sweater comes undone.
Mm.
And I thought that was really powerful. So a big shout out to Chris Surratt's. And my point is saying all this is that when I'm talking about all this on the show, or maybe if we were face to face, there is always that devil's advocate side of me that will think about it later and oh, you
Mhm.
know. Um, oi, before we close out, oh God, I'm having a brain fart. All right, that's okay. Los's Lounge podcast, 5 years going strong as fuck. The show started on the suggestion of my friend slash ex-fiance, who said, "Yo, you should do a show. Express yourself. This has always been up your avenue." And here we are, 5 years later. 5 years later, still going. I do have to say, 5 years. Let me just say this real quick. From the bottom of my loud masshole heart, thank you. Thank you to every guest who sat in the lounge and got real with me, every co-host who argued, laughed, and cried and side-eyed with me, and every listener who pressed play even when you could have been streaming some true crime podcast about a Florida man with a machete. Yeah. You've let me live in my audacity, and I really do feel like I'm living in the era of my audacity. And you let me live in audacity and call it a podcast, right? And everybody has a podcast. It just seems like it's the thing now. But you've stuck in there with me. I see streams going, like my streams, it hasn't gone less than 1,500 in a month in the last couple several months, and I love that. So whoever you are, wherever you are, thank you. Whether you're watching it or listening, it means the world. Don't unsubscribe. Don't ghost me. Don't act brand new, bitch. Los's Lounge is just getting warmed up. Continue to pour drinks, roll up a little something, hit play, and allow us to entertain you. Pet your cat, call your mama, and get ready because year 6 is going to be even louder. Sorry, I think I just blew out their eardrums. Before we go, I want to look over here and make sure I got everything I wanted. Okay, I did. So, with that said, social media, where can we find everybody? Well, you can find my show, Los's Lounge, at Los Lounge underscore podcast. Check that out. Another thing I want you guys to check out, recording artist Reese, Res. Go stream her music. Go follow her on Instagram. Incredible artist. I'm able to call a friend. She's so dope. Please don't forget to watch Accidentally Informed. Why is my voice like,
You got emotional.
You want to cry?
no, I think you guys know me better than that. No, my voice was dry. No, I'm surprised I didn't cry. I could.
You should have. Are you really? We can't even hear you. No, no.
Nothing.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Yeah, that's God telling me you're doing too much. Stay focused. All right. So, Renzo Del Castillo, my brother from another mother. Don't forget to get his book. It's available wherever books are sold, including Amazon. He's won awards for this. He's such a creative. Renzo, as you guys know, and you can hear a lot. Renzo, you got a lot of fans out there, by the way. Um,
Shout
I
out to
talk,
Los's mom. Shout out to Los's mom. She's
oh,
always been so kind with the comments and stuff.
she loves you, Renzo. But so do a lot of women that watch the show, Renzo. Let's talk about it, Renzo.
He's
A lot of my
taken.
colleagues.
Bye, bitches.
Nope, nope. A lot of my girls at work been checking you out. Lady G, I'm sorry. She's got fans. Danielle, you don't have any stalkers yet, and I'm sure your husband has a few guns that will take care of that. All right. Do we have any final thoughts before we disconnect?
I'm proud of you. You kept it going when you could have quit so many times, but you pushed through, and here we are 5 years
Proud of
later.
you. I'm proud of you for being an incredible mom, a wife, a sister to me and Sam, a daughter, um, and for sticking with me since 1997. Jesus Christ, bro.
97.
Tremendo aguante.
Huh?
I said tremendo aguante. A lot of stamina there.
I don't know if that's shade or wow. He just picked up the whole tree and threw it at me. And then Renzo, I fucking love the shit out of you, bro. For real. I really
Me
do.
too,
I'm
man.
heavily inspired and I love these conversations. They really do force me to think. And my God, I owe Renzo a visit down in Miami. I'm going to Chicago next month to go visit my sister and my sisters and my nephew. And Long Island, I'll be at Jasmine's house for her Halloween party, as I mentioned
Right.
earlier.
You need
Um,
pictures, right?
Pictures, all that good stuff. One more thing before we go. I'm sorry, just one more thing before you guys go. One word association game. I got three words, and you guys take it. My first word, and whoever wants to jump in, get it. Longevity.
Los.
Oh,
5 years.
It's gonna say that,
guys,
Renzo.
I appreciate the love, but pull your head out my ass for 1 minute.
Shit.
I mean, I
Like it.
love the
Okay,
love, but
Danielle, we're
I
disconnected. We're
I
disconnected now.
know.
That's
Shoot.
all that happens.
I get all like uncomfortable. That's why. I'm sorry.
That's why
Renzo,
that's
you
why we
remember
say it too.
interviewing me and I was all like fidgety and like trying to it was the worst. Oh my God. It was awful. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what feedback you got on the episode, but I think you did it well. I think you were
Thank
able
you.
to.
Renzo, it's just really me being critical of myself as you always point out.
That's right.
Second word, and I'm sorry to take up so much of your time. Second
Second
word,
word goes to
reflections.
Daniel.
Okay. Reflection.
Mm, reflection.
Reflections. Reflections of my darling.
I don't have one for
You
reflection.
know what? This game just went to cahoots.
All right, I'll go. Christina
Thank
Aguilera.
you.
Reflection, Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, didn't she sing the Mulan Reflection song? Reflection.
Does she?
Yeah, Christina Aguilera did Reflection.
Go get his damn book. Go get his damn book. He's tired. He's not going to work tomorrow. He needs to pay the rent. Go get his damn book. I love Christina Aguilera. Mi Reflejo. That's a great album. That Spanish album, brother. Yeah, like Cogenio Atrapado. We've done too much. This is Carlos Reyes, otherwise known as Los. That's Renee. That's Renz. And this is Los's Lounge Podcast. Oh my.
Aww.
Wait. Keep that there. Keep that there. How do I do
What's
it?
AJ Chazé
Whatever.
doing
We can
over
still
there?
see it. We can see it. Yeah.
That's when you were
That
in the
picture
Backstreet
was,
Boys.
yo, put that up again. Put that up again. One
Oh,
more
put
time. One
it
more time.
up. Hold on.
Yeah. You
Yeah, that's
sounded like a
AJ.
Backstreet Boy.
Yeah,
Yo, Renzo,
you look
look at
like
that head
AJ.
full of hair. Look at those curls.
I remember that day we took it to.
You swim faster now.
I love you guys. Get off of this. Go live your lives. I'll hit you up privately. And everybody, once again, this is
Hey,
Los's
love you,
Lounge.
man.
Love
Danielle,
you
always
too.
a pleasure to see you.
Always. Bye,
Be good.
guys.